What's up guys, I'm back with another video. I got the WRX behind me and I'm actually getting around to swapping back my exhaust. Back in June I had my car smogged and I had to swap back my aftermarket exhaust for the OEM exhaust. I do it every 2 years, so I pretty much have it down at this point, and it is that time. I'm going to swap back my NVIDIA G200 exhaust and we're going to be rumbling again. We're going to be sounding like a Subaru again, no more Prius mode, and I am excited. Yes, I know I've done this, 3, maybe 4 times, but it's always exciting just to go from your stock, quiet Prius mode to actually unleashing the Subi rumble again. Another thing I'm excited about is I actually just got tires for the Subaru as well. These are the CS5 Ultras from Cooper Tire. I just picked up a decent all-season tire. They seem to get pretty good reviews, and I am ready to test it out in all this rain that we get here in Southern California. I'm hoping to go snowboarding this year. That would be pretty sweet to make it up there in the Subi, but we will see. I really want to test these all-season tires. We don't really have weather here in California, so maybe we'll get a freak thunderstorm or something like that, but here's a look at the fresh tires I got. Look how deep that tread is. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't even know what this means. I've been running... My tires have been so bad for so long. I mean, this is a beautiful sight to see. Can't wait to try these things out in the rain or snow or whatever Mother Nature brings. They are all-season tires, so bring it on. Let's go. And these tires actually have a 50,000-mile warranty. So, yeah, we'll see about that. So my paint's really going to crap. The Subaru paint has seen better days. It's just flaking off. The clear coat is dissolving and just isn't looking good anymore. The worst of it is on the hood over here. Clear coat is just gone. There's just nothing left. My car just bakes in the sun all day. It's probably a big reason why. And it's, what, 13 years old? I guess you really just have to expect these types of things. Yeah, this car has seen better days. This paint is just done for. It would be a cool video to try to make this look a little better. Crumbling away. But there's just lots of body damage going on here. See, like even this corner, you hit it at the right angle, just all this paint is gone. But just cracks and nicks and chips and pretty much everything over the years. Just beating it up, I guess. This car really didn't have the best paint job when I bought it. I did notice some imperfections like right off the lot, but what do you expect? It's a used Subaru with 80,000 miles at the time. Like even my headlights, I restored these probably a year ago or so, and even these aren't looking too good these days. So the Subaru has seen better days. I really need headlights. I want to do a lot of things with this car, but just, finances of course is number one. And I'm not like all those other YouTubers that have the money to make the content. I do have to say, this wrap that I did probably a year ago, maybe even longer, this thing has held up like no other. This thing is awesome. This thing is really, this is my first ever wrap job. And like here and there's a little bit of unpeeling like under the corners, like the edges, like under here. But I mean, all around, this thing came out badass. This thing is really holding up nicely. It really is holding up nicely. Just seeing how well this is held up is kind of motivating me to maybe wrap some other parts to the car. But I don't know, I have so many ideas and just not enough time, not enough money to do them all. So I'm just gonna swap my exhaust for the 3rd time, I guess. Going from quiet to loud. Even though it's probably not even gonna be loud anymore to me. Just because I ride the Sportster every day, this thing pops and crackles like you wouldn't believe. It's that Thunder header on here, 2-in-1 race exhaust. Apparently it's pretty expensive and the bike came with it, so that's kind of cool. I'll have to get a sound clip of this thing. I mean, this thing is really cool. This thing has my heart at the moment. So yeah, I love it. I love it. Cool little fun fact, this Thunderheader exhaust on my Harley is actually a pretty hot commodity when it comes to the Sons of Anarchy motorcycles. Apparently all the guys were running the same exhaust during the show.
It's got the Thunderheader exhaust.
Exhaust is actually wrapped like a lot of the boys. He's running the same exhaust, the Thunderheaders that the boys are. He's
Modified engine, a cam, computer programming, and a Thunderheader on it.
It's kind of cool. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Like I was like in the show kind of with having the same exhaust. It's pretty cool. Yeah, nothing's changed under the hood at all here. Not at all. I did drive my car this morning and it actually started to overheat just going down the road, and it was like 45 degrees this morning. So I think it might be from when I did my power steering pump, all that coolant that I lost. Oh balls. I'm thinking that had something to do with my overheating issue this morning. But it's weird how it didn't happen for the past, I don't know, month or so. It's just odd, just Subaru mysteries. Always reference your user manual before adding any fluids that you're not sure of. I'm supposed to be using Subaru blue coolant 50-50 mixture, but as you can see, this is not blue, this is a green mixture, and this is the Peak antifreeze plus coolant, so I don't advise you to do what I'm doing at the moment. But this is all I have on hand, so let me use it. I'm just gonna guesstimate and add back just as much that spewed out when I did my power steering pump. So, a little guesstimation. I'm probably gonna have to burp the system while I'm at it. I go through that whole process when I had a blown radiator hose, so I explained that pretty well on how to do it and the tips and tricks and what hoses to pinch to get the air bubbles out. You'll figure it out. Just check out my Subaru broke down video and you'll see how I do it. Okay, that should be enough. We'll figure it out once we're ready to do a test drive with the new exhaust. Make sure you get this little stubborn little cap on there nice and tight. Make sure it clamps and secures nicely. I'm not going to bore you guys with another exhaust swap video. I mean, it's the same process every time. All you do is take the OEM one off, and then you put the illegal one back on, and then you make all kinds of sweet noises, and then you feel like you're driving a Subaru again. Exhaust on a car is a beautiful thing. As long as your car sounds pretty good. But it doesn't really matter because your car is going to sound good to you, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what the haters say. It's your car, you can make it sound how you want, and no one's going to change your mind on how it sounds. With that being said, I guess let's get started. Poor exhaust, it's just been sitting here for about 6 months now. I'm sure spiders have found their way into the dark holes. I'm sure there are spiders in there somewhere, but they're in for a rude awakening, let me tell you. Let me tell you. One thing that's new about this swap compared to others is I actually came prepared and I have all new gaskets to install with my exhaust. I went all out and got that Grim Speed high performance sealing technology. This is a thick gasket. It will ensure that you have no exhaust leaks and you will get full boost potential. Same thing with the exhaust gasket. Went all out with the Vibrant Performance gasket. And another one, because we're going to need two. Two for the exhaust pipe, one for the downpipe. And yeah, we are good to go. You can see these are my old gaskets I have pulled off before. And this thing is definitely has seen better days. But I just keep it as a novelty, I guess. I'm not sure why. This one's decent, but you can see where there also was an exhaust leak there. I also have a up pipe gasket, not sure, inlet, up pipe, possibly. An OEM type gasket. These are the aftermarket important ones, and these are the boring OEM ones. So we'll just never mind those. There's the OEM piece of junk there, and we're gonna get that off real quick and get that bell mouth downpipe mounted. And let's let this baby breathe. Let her breathe. Oh, okay, tools. We're gonna need tools. Tools. We're gonna need a 14 socket. We're gonna need a 14 wrench. Perfect. Once you find the tools you need, nut and bolt there. That's just a nut. We got just a nut on that side, just a nut and a nut and bolt. So 2 nut and bolts and then 3 nuts. 5 nuts, 2 bolts. 5 nuts and 2 bolts is what you're gonna find. So yeah, this is gonna suck. It always sucks, but it definitely is worth it. Definitely is worth it. I'm gonna get these bolts set free, hopefully. I used some anti-seize when I did this swap last, so hopefully that's gonna be my savior tonight. Come to think of it, I didn't use anti-seize on these bolts. I really didn't. I was thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go smog it and then swap it right back, same weekend. Well, obviously that did not happen. 6 months later, we still haven't done it. Man, look how rusted that bolt is. How did you get so rusted? We're in California, not freaking Michigan. Wherever it gets salty and snowy, all the East Coast area, Midwest area, who knows? But then again, I think this car was driven, I think Salt Lake City, I believe, was one of the owners. One of the owners just screwed me over. He really did screw me over. I still smell salt, 5 years later. Corrosion, not good. No leverage here, folks. Whoops, that was my intercooler. Idiot! Ooh, suck on that one. It's moving. Let's get that bad girl on that side, this good girl on that side, and up. Yeah, boy. Don't give in to the PB Blaster just yet. Rubber mallet is there for you. Well, that's 1 out of 4 to go. Maybe I should have invested in some new hardware as well. It's looking pretty bad, pretty gross. Well, all the threads are there. You can see remnants of some anti-seize from the previous time I've done this. So that's cool. I'll be sure to use the anti-seize faux show this time around. Nuts number 2. I'll be damned. This is a great way to strip your nuts. So be smart, be accurate. Just gotta be smart and accurate, that's all. Whoops, that was my intercooler. Couple bang bangs. Told you guys I wouldn't bore you again with this process. Lo siento. Lo siento, amigo. Amiga. Mi nombre es Jacobo. It is at this time I regret not investing into a more expensive impact driver. I could easily use that to break these nuts free. Live and learn, live and learn. I knew that special was too good to be true. Didn't read the fine print with the torque settings that it can't even take off yeah. Mistakes happen. FYI, removing your intercooler may make this job a little easier, a little bit more room to work. Just my 2 cents I'm putting in. Where's my dollar back? Nobody said this was gonna be fun. Nobody said this was gonna be fun. Yes, I am on the second nut and bolt. Still. But I have all my knuckles. Being diligent in my attack. Just a little leverage is the trick here. Just a little leverage, all it takes. Cool little adapter that I have here. We got a 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. It's pretty badass. Really cool, pretty handy. Get yourself one. What the? Who changed my wrench orientation here? Someone is playing tricks on me. It ain't funny. It ain't funny at all. Ook. Jeez, I still can't believe how bad these nuts and bolts are. They're in some pretty bad shape. Thankfully they didn't shear off or strip. That means we can reuse them for another go. Okay, struggle, struggle, struggle. I'm gonna bust my knuckles or something. Something stupid. Where's my leverage at? There we are. Right on time, baby. Fuck, how big is the fucking nut on this bitch? This bitch. Oop, there it is. Get square with it. Ah! Boom. Make sure you go in the right way, too. Hate to see you strip it because you were tightening it the whole time. Can't say I haven't done that once or twice. Yeah. Get that nut off. Get that nut off. Now, I'm not going to take all the nuts off here. This is a one-man job for me. Because I don't want this thing to come banging off those studs and banging on the ground and all kinds of shit. What the fuck is down there? That looks weird as hell. What is that? Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't care either. Alright, bye. Come to Poppy. One more nut to go. You will find that last nut on the reach around over here. Round downside, backside the turbo here. It's going to be right on the backside of that downpipe and the compressor housing. I know big words, and I know my shit. Getting a ratchet and a socket on there is another fucking story. Another fucking BFD. Big fucking deal. Might have to get my deep socket out. Can't always be serious. Can't always be serious, man. When in doubt, go deeper. When in doubt, wrench it out. Okay, we got it on there, locked and loaded, but there's no leverage. So that's our issue. Leverage is our issue. Nope, not gonna do it. It ain't gonna happen. Can we get it with my finger? No. I said no, no, no. Oh yeah, baby, that reach around was a great success. Okay, the downpipe should be free. Now we just gotta go unbolt some other components, and I will have this old OEM piece of junk off this car. Alright, under the car now, we're gonna go on ahead and get our 12mm sockets and bolts and wrenches and stuff. We got a 12 on this side. Nothing too complicated here. Just getting the bolts off. Longest bolts in history. Didn't miss much, just got those two nuts and bolts off for the stock OEM downpipe to the stock OEM pipe exhaust. We got the hardware out, and I really hope this OEM exhaust will last another 2 years or so. This exhaust has just been falling apart over the years. Rusting and going to shit. I actually already had this flange welded back on. It busted off. So thankfully we were able to save the downpipe, and yeah. The exhaust lived to see another couple years, so I'm hoping it'll just keep on going. Taking off this bracket here. Looks like another, we got 12mm nut and bolt on that. Why do I make it so difficult? Could have raised my car up a little f***ing higher. But I didn't, because I'm an idiot. And adios, downpipe. Oh, fudge. Forgot I gotta swap the O2, shouldn't ya? Okay, look at this beauty. Such a freaking tank. There's a ton. This is the OEM downpipe with all the damn cats in it. I will not miss it, let me tell you that. Quick update, got the rest of the exhaust off the hangers, and that's how I do it by myself. I use a little jack to support it while I'm going around and undoing the rest of the exhaust hangers. That's how it's done, boys and girls. I'm just getting the old gasket off of this flange here, making sure I'll get that full potential out of my new gasket. Ooh, nice and crispy. Hey, shut the fuck up. Swapping the O2 sensor, got it cleaned up a little bit, took some sandpaper to it just to get some of that carbon buildup off. Just gonna add some never seize or anti-seize, whatever it is, seize to the threads and get this thing snugged up. I just opened up my brand new Grim Speed multiple layer gasket. Look at this thing. This thing is really beefy. Seems pretty promising to me. Alright, let's get this downpipe on. Well, I seem to have dropped a nut. I had dropped the nut that goes to my bolt, but it went somewhere down there. I heard it bounce off something else, but I never did hear it hit the ground. So I'm gonna have to go and find that a little later. About to put on that second part of the exhaust. Just gonna put it on that first hanger there, just so it can be supported, and then bolt it up to the downpipe over there. Got the new gasket over there. And yeah, here we go. Nice and tight. Do it alright. Yeah, baby. Alright, one more piece to go. One more exhaust piece to go. And then we're going to go back and snug everything down. And no, I have not found that nut yet. I'm still looking. Okay, pretty much the exhaust is done. It is swapped. It is tightened down. Cool little fun fact. I'm sure you guys have heard how stiff the WRX chassis is. But just check that out. This is on one jack stand. Right over there. One jack stand, and this is just floating in the sky. Just floating in the sky. I just put this back here, just put it up a notch just for shits and giggles, I guess. But yeah, one jack stand will support one side of the whole car. Isn't that amazing? I just think that's so amazing. That's stiff, real stiff. Another little thing, like look at this low car problem. My car's not even super low at all. But I just used this block in order to get that. It's a low profile jack, but it definitely isn't low bulky profile. It's just a low profile. In order for me to get that thing out of the way of that thing while I'm jacking it up, scissor jack on this side, got it high enough to add this. Then I was able to bring this thing around, put it under here, jack that up. That way this space was empty so I could put the jack stand. So that's the struggle. That's the struggle on getting the car off the ground when you're a bit lower than stock. Good to drop it. Good to drop it. Holy mother of hell. Oopsie. Oops. Oh god, I'm just a mess. Well, there you have it. That's how you take a car off a jack stands. Final step was to go on ahead and flash my car back to the stage 2 map on this cob access port. So hopefully my car will perform normally. Still did not find that nut. I went on ahead and found an extra one in this drawer of, you know, mystery. Yeah, let's hope we don't mess up anything if the nut got lodged somewhere it shouldn't be. Here we go, the first startup gonna happen right now. Everything sounds normal. Good old Subi Rumble's back in action.
Tomorrow.
Well, the old Subi is doing some weird stuff this morning. It seems to be breaking boost. It's almost like a boost cut. It's really rough when I get on it. Yeah, it just breaks up. I'm barely even hitting 12 PSI for my boost, so something is pretty wrong, and hopefully it's just a vacuum line or something simple to fix, but something I have to diagnose at a later date.
12 seconds later.